would do as much for helping the poor as anything else. Being stuck in international shipping of petroleum super tankers is not a solution in every rural economy on the planet. So at least let's not turn this off. Let's go ahead and see what we can develop that's efficient. But I'll end with that and take questions or comments from the floor.
One question, I missed the first part. Are you saying that the hypothesis of anthropological climate change is proven fact?
I would say that the concept of changing the gaseous composition of the atmosphere will have a number of impacts on global climate. Would, if you believe the basic principles of physics and chemistry, be your logical conclusion? Now, proven fact would be sea level rise. In fact, the sea levels are coming up in the East Coast. I think we can say that's being documented. If people cause that, it's naturally happening. We're in an interglacial period. The sea levels will be coming up anyway. If the climate warms, they will accelerate. I would say the loss of glaciers, the acceleration of glacial melting is pretty well documented geologically. Now, has anyone done an experiment to prove that you can build a power plant on anything else? We're using the whole planet as an experimental site. We don't really have control. Is that, do we? No?
Yeah, that's a lot of anecdotes.
Oh, I don't think the geology is anecdotal.
Isn't it a proven fact that the CO2 level in the atmosphere has gone up over the last 30 years? So now it's over 300 parts per billion, but it was quite a bit less than that.
If you believe any kind of atmospheric chemical monitoring, I don't think there are any of the major scientific organizations that doubt it. Now, knowing exactly what the impacts of that would be requires modeling future conditions. Climate is the overall trend is warming. Remember, in geologic time, the climate's been warming and cooling. There was a little ice age that drove the Vikings off of Greenland. They had established farming in villages there. There was a drop in temperature. When Krakatoa blew up, it caused a temporary decline in temperatures, including in northern Europe. That's well documented. So there are a lot of variables in these systems. We have little warming and little cooling periods before people get involved. So we're looking at overall trends here. And the models are becoming more refined. More? Am I handling the science in 50 minutes?
You mentioned small behavioral changes, so I was wondering if there's something you'd suggest to college students like us, what we could change in our lifestyle that would.
Well, saving energy saves your college energy. I think that we can use less energy sources to produce less CO2. I live in town. I had to drive here. I mean, there's just no way to get around Texas without a car. If I came by mule, I'd demand honorarium and just for an escort. But I think that changing your energy behaviors, I live in easy commuting distance from where I work, which has turned out to be really good for me anyway. It gets me embedded in the local community. I have a church close by. I can attend meetings in the evening easily. And I've been working on our town river and bike corridor projects to make our local networking better for everyone, so that you can really comfortably live in the city of Waco, not travel long distances, and I think that has a lot of energy conservation to it. It's not a big deal.
Final question, since I'm on the contract and do that. What would you advise the president of a small atoll nation in the Pacific that was less than 2 meters above sea level with respect to their future over the next 50 years?
I would suggest buying stock in a shipping company. One of the things that I hate to be cynical about it, but you have to remember their long-term feedback loops in this. And the glacial patterns right now, you're dealing in decades. If you try to reverse it, you have a long period of time to do that. I would definitely be installing, if I were in Micronesia, I would definitely be putting in a monitoring program. Probably would need trained scientists to do it. I'd definitely be considering how to evacuate my population in case of storms. And there are some small countries that could end up underwater within the next century. And that's part of climate refugees, these difficult international issues. We've got some communities on the coast of Alaska that will probably ultimately have to evacuate. We have some coastal islands in the southeast that probably will. And we have some social decisions to make about that too.
Okay, if you want to join us for more discussion, we'll be in the Joyce Room of the Corner Cafe. See you all next week.